Actually, like, now that I'm saying the story out, I'm realizing I shouldn't have done this second time. But, and probably it was me being greedy. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm good with that. As long as I'm peaceful. As long as 7 years from now, I'm taking my daughters to preschool. If you know who that's from, period. Like I said, I didn't have a job, and I got shit I like to do. You get what I'm saying? I like to rent movies. I like to cash out on Kim Kardashian Hollywood game. Kim Kardashian, please sponsor me, bitch, because I'm probably one of your biggest players on that motherfucker. I'm always playing that shit, period. You get what I'm saying? Ask anybody who knows me, baby. So, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, like, this $100 is gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna buy me some food, like some little junk food, give me some K-Stars, a little money, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I can give my mom some money. So, 3 o'clock again rolls around. This time it was probably like 2, because I was actually really tired and it was getting really bad outside. So this time it was probably like 2, 3, and he texted me, he's like, hey, are you ready? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. So I'm sitting there, right, and he comes and gets me, whatever. And I was really pissed because I didn't get no Disney yesterday. He was like, hey, I'm sorry, like,
I really didn't mean to flake on you yesterday. Like I really didn't mean to like skip out on you yesterday. Like I really did want to come and hit you up. Like I really did. You know what I'm saying? He was like, but then I got home. Then you know what I'm saying? My mom was being a bitch.
like, he just was, you know what I'm saying, give me the whole another blase ass excuse, and I just was like, didn't want to hear it, and I was like, oh, because I could tell it was a blase ass excuse, and I just was like, okay, keep your excuse, whatever, like, I don't, you know, like, so he's like, okay, whatever, boom, so we're going to the bank, you get what I'm saying, and this time, again, I asked him, I was like, are you sure this isn't a scam, you know what I'm saying, he's like, no, why would I scam you, I'm like, okay, like, we get to the ATM. This time, instead of just writing a $300 check, like, he wrote $399. To me, that was kind of awkward and weird because, like, number one, if you said you was gonna give me $100, why you couldn't just put $400? You get what I'm saying? Why did you have to put $399? That was weird to me because the first time you put 300 and then this time you get it's just weird to me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I pull out the 3, leave the 99 inside of the thing, and so then we go back to my house. And I'm like, I thought you said you was gonna give me something tonight. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm about to go get a room. You know what I'm saying? Da 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 da. Hold on, y'all. Oh, you're my baby. Her name is Luna. You're my baby. Oh, yes. Oh, dear my mama. Go. Bye. Dude, I'll be back.
Dental floss. If you all use dental floss, please come down and put it in the trash can. Do not leave it any place because they'll ingest it.
So he was all, you know, he was like, I'm gonna get us a room, da 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 da, and I'll be back. I'm like, okay, whatever. Again, knowing that was a lie, so I was expecting not to, you know what I'm saying? I was expecting not to hear from him for the rest of the night, so I just was not with it. I was just like, okay, whatever, okay. So I'm like, okay, but I need some chapstick. I'm sorry, y'all. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Whatever. You know, so I go back in the house. I'm like pretty tired. I smoke a bowl. Again, I'm up there with Whitney Houston and, you know what I'm saying, Bob Marley and Prince and the Lord. And I think I was like watching Desperate Housewives or whatever. Again, Desperate Housewives. If you can make a remake or something, whoever made Desperate Housewives, please put me in it because I love that show. Boom. So I go to sleep because I was tired, of course. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was up there with all of them, you know. I want to say it was like maybe 2 or 3 days before Christmas. Like all of this happened 2 or 3 days before Christmas. So Christmas Eve comes, boom, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a good old time. You know what I'm saying? I buy ready. Christmas wasn't living. So then Christmas comes, and then after Christmas, I'm in the room with my mom, like in my mom's room, and I'm on her bed, and we're just watching TV, whatever. I'm like looking at my phone, okay? And I never get emails. Like I never get notifications of emails because like my phone is always on battery saver. Because of course, like I don't want to be like y'all whose phone be dying in 20 minutes. I'm good. I'm good. So my phone is always on battery saver, so like I don't get notifications as I should, I'm assuming. So it was kind of weird that I like, looked at my phone and I had a Gmail notification. I'm like, what the heck? Like, whatever. So I pull it down and it says, your account has reached $0. The day before Christmas, I checked my account. It was at least like $30 in there. At least $30 in there, okay? So I'm like, what the fuck? Account has reached 0. What? So I pull the notification down. And that shit says, like, I need you to look me in my eyes. Negative $370 something. I said, let me read that again. What the what? 300 and what? Huh? I was shook. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck? Out loud, I'm like, my account is in the negatives. And my mom goes, she's like, what? I'm like, my account, like, I have a notification that's saying, like, my account is in the negatives. And she was like, okay, just, like, give it until tomorrow because, like, of course, like, it's literally a day after the holidays. The banks are still closed 9 to 10, so, like, just give it a day. And see, like, because maybe it's, like, going through, I don't know, like, transaction. I don't know, girl. I don't know. I went shopping. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, maybe, you know what I'm saying, the transaction hasn't posted. So I'm like, okay, whatever. You're right. Wait. Next day rolls around. I look at my motherfucking account. That shit says negative 600.
Negative 600?
What? 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 What do you, what the, what? Bitch, huh? I was like, what? So I'm like confused, okay? So I'm going through my transaction history and it says, like the email says, like the check that you deposited has been returned. First of all, bitch, I didn't even know checks could be returned. Second of all, bitch, what do you mean the checks are returned? You get what I'm saying? So now I'm confused. So now I'm trying to call this nigga. No answer. I'm gonna give y'all a little representation of what that shit went straight to, okay? Hold on, I'm applying to a Snapchat. I'll just explain it to you. That shit said, doo-doo-doo. We're sorry. The call you have just made cannot be completed. Please check the area code, and if your phone is on. Goodbye, you stupid bitch. You've been scammed. I mean, it didn't really say that, but y'all get the gist. I was like, what the fuck? So I call his ass again. We're sorry. I go on Instagram. User cannot be found. What? Huh? What? Excuse me? Go on Snapchat. That was not there. Huh? What's going on? I'm confused. Can somebody tell me? I don't know. Can you tell me? Okay. So I'm like, did this nigga just scam me? This nigga just... Okay. I'll call my bank. What's going on? She goes, the lady who I'm talking to, she goes, I'm assuming she was new or something because she was, listen, bitch, if you're watching this video, when this video goes viral, if this video goes viral, and whoever was on the phone with me from Wells motherfucking Fargo, I don't remember your name, but bitch, you are rude as shit. And if I could hop through a phone and beat somebody's ass once, it would be your ass, bitch, because you was rude as shit. You didn't help me not one motherfucking bit. So I'm like, whatever. Call the lady. She's like, the checks have been returned. And I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? She goes, the checks that you deposited into your bank were fraudulent. What? She goes, yes, you wrote fraudulent checks. I said, no. I didn't know this was a fram. I didn't know the checks were fraudulent, number one. Hello. Hello. Like, common sense, baby girl. Number two, I was like, and I didn't write those checks. And she was like, well, whoever wrote the checks, sir, getting rude as shit. Well, sir, whoever wrote the checks, they were fraud checks. And they have been returned to the sender or to whoever. I was like, well, can you give me the information? I'm like, no, sir, that's against policy. I'm like, oh my God. So can you explain to me what happened? She explained to me what happened. And the reason why it was at 700, well, at first, the reason why it was at 3 something was because, you know what I'm saying, of course, like the money that, the check that was deposited, and then also the money that I had spent that day when I was at the mall, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever, like I get that. And then she was like, okay, and then the 700 is, she was like, and then the 600 is for the other check. I was like, the other check, bitch, what do you mean the other check? Bitch. Huh? She was like, there were 2 checks that I said, I understand that. What are you explaining to me? She said, sir, both other checks, raising her voice, sir, both other checks were fraud. They were both, I was like, what the fuck? Both fraud, girl. Oh my God. But this is what pissed me off. Bank of America, I was going to say Airlines. All the Wells motherfucking Fargo. Listen up, bitch. Okay? If a motherfucking check is fraudulent, right? How the fuck can I cash that shit if it's a fraudulent check? Oh, okay. Explain that to me. I was pissed on that. I was like, okay, it was my fault. I shouldn't have did that shit. It was dumb. And of course, bitch, in this moment that I realized that I had got scammed, the last part of that motherfucking conversation hopped in my ear and said, I don't have a bank account, but I need you to cash this check. I was like, this nigga fucking scammed me. How the fuck do you write a check and you don't motherfucking have a bank account, bitch? You get what I'm saying? So I was mad at myself even more. But I'm like irritated because I'm like, okay, bitch, like, if they were fraudulent, how did I, you know what I'm saying? Why did the ATM say all of this shit? Are you dumb or am I dumb? I'm dumb, but are you dumb too, bitch? Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, pissed. I'm like, whatever. I had probably asked that bitch 3 times what had happened, like if she could explain it to me again. So of course she was mad. I kind of understand that, but still, bitch, customer service, okay? Fake it till you make it, bitch. I was pretty pressed. Yeah. That's how I got scammed. It's crazy. While I was literally figuring that shit out, it was pretty fucking funny to me. Because you would think that, like, a 19-year-old who's about to be 20, like, would not get scammed. But, bitch, hello. And on top of that, there's you know what I'm saying? There's 38-year-olds, there's 48-year-olds, there's fucking older people who get scammed on a daily. So, at least he didn't rob me. Or kidnap me. That's some real stuff. That's real. So, that's how I got scammed. I'm really thinking about if I should show his picture. He is kind of cute. Like in person he is fine, but he was packing. So I'm trying to like, can I get sued for that? You think he's gonna see it? Probably not. Maybe. You think? I don't know. I'm like really scared to show his face. Damn, should I show his face or what? Do I care enough? He scammed me. But do I feel like being petty like that? Do I want that karma is the question. So, I had to say that just in case, you know, any of my other, you know, people see him, walk in the streets or see him, you know, beat his ass for me, maybe. No, don't do that. that would be my fault, and I don't want to go to jail for that. I don't even know if I should have seen him show his face. I'm gonna look that up.
Pictures of someone else online without permission with the intent to cause emotional distress or humiliation is a misdemeanor carrying a punishment of up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine.
Huh. Well, not revenge porn. So, I'm gonna keep his face up there. Bitch. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this doesn't get demonetized. I'm gonna have to do a lot of bleeping. That's... Oh, where we gonna go? Up there again with the Lord, and I was gonna say Dolly Parton again. Damn, I hope she don't die. You know, and Bob Marley, and I was gonna say Alicia Keys. She's not dead either. Wow. Okay. Well, what should my sign not be?
Hey y'all, I'm signing off for my channel, so meet me on here next time.